August 2024 is shaping up to be an absolute banger for gamers, with a staggering lineup of must-play titles hitting our screens. From pulse-pounding shooters to sprawling RPGs, there's something for every type of player this month. Let me show you some of the best new games you should definitely check out. Kicking off our list, we've got Signy All Guns Blazing. This vertical scrolling shooter is looking absolutely insane. Konami's publishing it, and it's the debut title from Scottish developer Keel Works. I've been following this one for a while, and let me tell you, it's shaping up to be a bullet hell masterpiece. The visuals are jaw-dropping. We're talking massive alien bosses, intricate level designs, and an absolute light show of projectiles. But what's really got me excited is how they're pushing the twin-stick shooter genre forward. The gameplay footage shows off some seriously intense dogfighting. Plus, they've hinted at a deep upgrade system for your ship. I can't wait to see how that impacts the replay value. Signy is definitely bringing the classic shmup into the modern era, and I'm here for it. It's dropping on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S on August 6th, so mark your calendars if you're into adrenaline-pumping action. Next up is Deathbound, and this one's got me seriously intrigued. It's a Souls-like RPG game that will throw you into an unforgiving world. Deathbound is shaping up to be an absolute beast of a game, blending Souls-like mechanics with a party-based system in a way I've never seen before. Set in the forbidden city of Akratia, this game is throwing us into a world where faith and science are duking it out, and let me tell you, it looks intense. What's got me really excited is the unique 4-hero party system. You're not just controlling one character here, you're absorbing the essence of fallen warriors and seamlessly switching between them mid-combat. It's like playing 4 different characters at once, each with their own skills and combat styles. The setting of Akratia itself looks incredible too. It's this city that's a mix of technological past and medieval present, with brutalist architecture that's both imposing and intriguing. Deathbound is landing on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S on August 8th, and I'm telling you, this is one you're going to want to keep an eye on. The blend of Souls-like challenge, party-based gameplay, and that unique Brazilian flavor has me itching to dive in. Next on the list, we've got Stormgate, and RTS fans, this is the one you've been waiting for. Frost Giant Studios, founded by StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 veterans, is finally ready to unleash their free-to-play strategy game on the world. I've been following the development of this one closely, and everything I've seen points to it being a potential genre revitalizer. They're aiming for that sweet spot between accessibility and depth, which is music to my ears. Set in a new science fantasy universe, Stormgate's looking to shake up the RTS formula a bit. While the core gameplay will feel familiar to genre fans, they're introducing some interesting twists. The faction design looks particularly intriguing, with humans wielding advanced mech suits squaring off against demonic invaders. And with the 3-player co-op mode, enemy AIs will be having a hard time. The competitive scene is shaping up nicely too, with a robust 1v1 ladder system already in place. Stormgate is entering early access on PC on August 13th, and you should definitely start counting down the days. Even if you're not usually into RTS games, this one might be worth checking out. It could be the game that finally gets you hooked on the genre. Coming up next is Cat Quest 3, and I am unreasonably excited about this one. The Cat Quest series has always been this perfect blend of adorable art style and surprisingly deep action RPG gameplay, and this third installment is taking things to a whole new level. They're introducing ship-to-ship combat for the first time, letting you sail the high seas as a proper pirate cat. The world is massive this time around, with multiple islands to explore and secrets to uncover. I'm also starting to love the new class system they've shown off. You can mix and match abilities from different classes to create your own unique playstyle. The combat looks as fluid and satisfying as ever, with a ton of new spells and abilities to play around with. But what's really got me intrigued is the enhanced co-op mode. You and a friend can now adventure together online or locally, and they've added specific co-op puzzles and quests to tackle. The developers have also hinted at some big post-launch content plans, including seasonal events and new islands to explore. Cat Quest 3 is pouncing onto PC, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox on August 8th, and I can already tell it's going to be my go-to comfort game for a long time. Next up, we've got Gundam Breaker 4, and I think this is the one mecha fans have been dreaming of. The Gundam Breaker series has always been about building your own custom mobile suits from parts of other Gundams, and this new entry is taking that concept to the extreme. The part customization system looks insanely deep. We're talking hundreds of different pieces you can mix and match to create truly unique designs. But what's really got me excited is the new combat system. They've overhauled the controls to be more fluid and responsive, making the battles feel more like a proper action game than ever before. The destructible environments are a game changer too. Seeing entire cities crumble as you duke it out with other massive mechs is just awe-inspiring. I'm also loving the expanded single-player campaign. They're promising a more cinematic story this time around, with fully voiced cutscenes and a branching narrative based on your choices. The multiplayer modes are looking solid too, with both cooperative and competitive options. There's even a new mode where you and your friends can team up to take down massive boss Gundams. Gundam Breaker 4 is stomping its way onto PC, PS5, PS4, and Switch on August 29th, and I can already tell it's going to eat up hundreds of hours of my time. Next on the list is Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and I'm absolutely thrilled to see this classic getting a modern remake. The original was a cult hit on the PS2 and GameCube, and this new version is looking like everything fans could hope for. They've completely rebuilt the game from the ground up using Unreal Engine 5, and let me tell you, it looks stunning. Jango Fett's armor has never looked so good, with ray-traced reflections on his helmet and intricate battle damage. But it's not just a visual upgrade. They've overhauled the gameplay to feel more in line with modern third-person shooters. The jetpack controls are much smoother now, and they've added a proper cover system. What's really got me excited is how they're expanding on the bounty hunting aspect. There's a new system where you can track multiple targets across the galaxy, choosing which ones to pursue. Each bounty has its own unique challenges and story beats, which should add a ton of replay value. They're also tying the story more closely into the broader Star Wars canon, with appearances from characters we know from the movies and TV shows. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is blasting its way onto PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch on August 1st. Next up is Conquered, and this might be the freshest take on the team-based FPS I've seen in years. The visual style immediately caught my eye. It's got this bold, almost neon color palette that makes it stand out from the sea of gritty military shooters. But it's not just about looks. The gameplay is shaping up to be something special. The basic premise is that you're part of a group of space scavengers competing for resources, but the twist is in how you build your loadout. The movement system they've shown off also caught my attention. The maps themselves are these sprawling, vertical environments with multiple layers to explore. And don't even get me started on the sound design. The weapons have this satisfying, chunky feel to them that just makes you want to keep playing. Concord is dropping on PC and PS5 on August 23rd, and I've got a feeling it's going to be the new multiplayer obsession for many gamers out there. Next up, we've got Star Wars Outlaws, and this is the open-world Star Wars game I've been waiting since Jedi Survivor. Set between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, you play as Kay Vess, a scoundrel trying to make her way in the galaxy. The scope of this game is just mind-blowing. We're talking multiple planets to explore, each with its own unique ecosystem and points of interest. The attention to detail is insane. I've seen footage of bustling cantinas filled with aliens going about their business and seedy underworld markets. But what's really got me excited is the freedom the game offers. The game adapts to your playstyle with different factions reacting to your choices. The combat looks solid too, with a mix of blaster shootouts, speeder bike chases, and even space dogfights. They've also hinted at some deep customization options for your ship and gear. Star Wars Outlaws is hitting PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S on August 30th, and I can already tell it's going to be the Star Wars game we've all been waiting for. Up next is Creatures of Ava, and this one's shaping up to be something really special. It's an exploration-based adventure game where you play as Vic, tasked with saving the planet's ecosystem. What's got me really excited is the creature taming system. Instead of battling and capturing creatures like in most monster taming games, you're using empathy and understanding to form bonds with them. Each creature has its own personality and needs, and you have to figure out how to communicate with them. The puzzles I've seen revolve around using the abilities of your tamed creatures in creative ways to navigate the environment and help other beings. Visually, it's absolutely stunning. The alien world of Ava is this vibrant, bioluminescent wonderland that just begs to be explored. I'm loving the character designs too. Each creature feels unique and full of personality. The developers have also hinted at some deeper themes about environmentalism and the interconnectedness of ecosystems. It looks like the kind of game that's not only fun to play, but might actually teach you something along the way. Creatures of Ava is coming to PC and Xbox on August 7th. Next up is Black Myth Wukong, and as we all know, this game has been turning heads since its first reveal, and it's finally ready to unleash its monkey magic this month. Based on the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West, this action RPG puts you in the role of the legendary Monkey King, Sun Wukong. And let me tell you, it looks absolutely stunning. The developers at Game Science have really pushed Unreal Engine 5 to its limits, creating a world that's both fantastical and grounded, with a level of detail that's truly next-gen. The combat looks equally impressive, blending fluid martial arts with magical abilities that pay homage to the source material. What's really caught my eye is the transformation system. Wukong can shapeshift into various creatures, each with their own unique abilities that can be used in both combat and exploration. The boss fights we've seen so far look epic in scale, with some truly imaginative designs that draw from Chinese mythology. But it's not just about the flashy combat. The game seems to have a promising and strong emphasis on storytelling, weaving together elements from the original novel with new twists that should keep things fresh for those familiar with the tale. The world looks dense and packed with secrets to uncover, promising a good balance between linear storytelling and open-world exploration. Black Myth Wukong is set to launch on PC and PS5 on August 20th, and it's shaping up to be one of the most visually impressive and culturally rich games of the year. Coming up next is Gory Cuddly Carnage, and this might be the wildest premise for a game I've seen in a long time. Developed by Angry Demon Studio, this game throws you into a post-human world where you play as a cat warrior facing off against an army of corrupted toys. It's an absolutely crazy premise, and the game leans into it hard. The visual style is a riot of color and chaos, with a punk rock aesthetic that perfectly matches the over-the-top action. Your main character, Gory, rides a weaponized hoverboard, slicing through hordes of enemies with a mix of melee attacks and ranged abilities. The combat looks fast-paced and fluid, with a combo system that encourages creativity in how you dispatch your adorable yet deadly foes. What's really interesting is how they've integrated the hoverboard into both combat and traversal. You can grind on rails, pull off tricks, and even use it as a weapon, all while carving through waves of enemies. The enemy designs are a twisted mix of cute and creepy, ranging from murderous teddy bears to giant mecha-style boss toys. There's a definite Sunset Overdrive meets Bayonetta vibe to the whole thing, but with its own unique flavor. Gory Cuddly Carnage is set to launch on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch on August 29th, and it looks like it'll be a blast for anyone who likes their action games with a heavy dose of weirdness. Next up, we've got Dustborn, and I'm absolutely fascinated by this one. Dustborn is shaping up to be one of the most intriguing narrative adventures of the year. It's a narrative-driven action-adventure game set in a dystopian America where you play as Pax, a pregnant ex-con with superhuman abilities. The story revolves around Pax and her misfit crew as they transport a mysterious package across the country. Visually, the game has a striking comic book aesthetic that really pops, with bold colors and expressive character designs. The writing looks sharp, tackling themes of disinformation, tribalism, and the nature of truth in a way that feels relevant without being heavy-handed. I'm also loving the emphasis on character relationships. Your choices throughout the journey will impact how your crew interacts and develops. The developers are promising a branching narrative with multiple endings, giving the game some serious replay value. Dustborn is launching on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox on August 20th, and it's looking like it could be a standout title for players who love narrative-driven games with a unique twist. Visions of Mana is bringing the beloved RPG series back after a long hiatus, and it's looking like a treat for both longtime fans and newcomers. Set in a vibrant fantasy world, the game follows a new protagonist on a journey to protect the Mana Tree. The visual style is a beautiful blend of classic Mana series aesthetics and modern graphics, creating a world that feels both familiar and fresh. The combat system has seen some significant upgrades, moving away from the purely action-based gameplay of earlier entries towards a more strategic approach. You'll still be fighting in real time, but now there's a greater emphasis on timing and positioning. One of the most exciting new features I've seen so far is the mount system, which lets you tame and ride various creatures to explore the world and engage in mounted combat. The developers have also promised a return of the series' signature ring menu system, but with some modern tweaks to make it more intuitive. Music has always been a highlight of the Mana series, and I am super excited to hear what music will make our adventure more fun. Visions of Mana is set to launch on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC on August 29th, and it's looking like it could be the grand return that Mana fans have been waiting for. And there you have it, folks. Which of these upcoming games are you most excited to get your hands on? Let us know in the comments below which ones you're planning to give a shot. If you enjoyed this rundown of August's hottest releases, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more gaming content like this. Until next time, happy gaming.